I am that person that you meet in a really remote area carrying a film camera and a really heavy backpack full of camera equipment. That is me.
Right now I'm pursuing a PhD in Arctic robotics. So I give brains to autonomous boats in the Arctic, which basically means my background is research.
I work as a polar adventurer and guide. That essentially means that I'm taking myself and small teams, often customers, on expeditions typically to the North and South Poles.
I have dreaming about space stuff for quite some time, and even as young as in my teenagers, I spent so much time follow the missions, trying to calculate the orbit, trajectory, and pay very close attention, like what's going on different online forums.
As a kid, I actually spent 5 years learning how to walk again and how to reuse my motor skills, like learning to walk, learning to run, learning to jump. And in that time period, I became space obsessed, and they were photographing the planet in 3D. I thought that was really cool.
Project that tied me most to space was leading a student satellite project, which was my heart and soul. It is funny because I'm going to launch before the satellite. So I look forward to seeing it come after me, I guess.
Looking back historically at how we all came together, we had this polar connection. We all have a connection to an archipelago of islands that is set in the Arctic Ocean called Svalbard.
I spent quite some time on Svalbard, the northernmost city or town one can live in and work from. Every crew have a certain connection to Svalbard.
Janneke currently lives there, Chun has been there, Rabia and Chun have both joined me on expeditions there. So we kind of have this connective tissue, if you like. But it so happens that we're all bringing things into this mission that are critical. We will be doing something that is quintessential to humans, and that is seeing things with our own eyes.
Yeah, the FRAM2 mission is like my baby. I planned and designed everything. I make a proposal. I think this is one of my life goals.
I'm an Australian polar adventurer, explorer. I've skied 4 new routes to the South Pole. These are expeditions that I've planned myself. I've looked at satellite imagery of these glaciers that have never been traversed before. And I'm going to have the opportunity as we fly over Antarctica and see those routes from above.
The primary goal of this mission is the observation, polar observation. There have been humans flying to space since '61, and nobody's seen the South Pole, North Pole, extreme polar regions from orbit yet.
We will be doing something that is quintessential to humans, and that is seeing things with our own eyes.
It's my curiosity, like for years, what's Antarctica really like?
We don't know what we're going to discover. We are exploring a part of planet Earth from space that has never been explored. As a cinematographer, I'm excited about filming the aurora. That is a visual indicator for us to understand a lot about space weather. What does the aurora consist of? What's the density of aurora? And actually flying through the aurora, capturing this in both 2D and 3D.
What I'm looking forward to do in space, looking forward to the research that we are going to do on orbit. I would say we have 2 main themes. So one is how do people adapt to extreme environments? Based on that, how do you increase the access to space for anyone medically without being a superhuman as in the olden days? I think astronauts before us were absolute heroes, right? But then it should shift from that to how does anyone go into space? I'm super excited for a ham radio competition that we will host. The idea is that we have different pictures of locations on Earth in the polar regions, which are also of relevance to polar history. But then we cut them up, mix them up, and we're just going to send them down through the radio, and people have to puzzle them together in international teams. Another thing that we plan to do in space is that we're bringing a synthesizer, and we want to sample some sounds that we can hear in space, some of the thrusters firing, for example, and integrate that into one jam, I think, which would be pretty cool.
We know that photographs of the Arctic and Antarctica are available on Google Earth and through satellite imagery, but to see them from orbit may reveal things about these two areas, the Antarctic and the Arctic, that we have previously not known.
Some people may think it's a tourist mission. I don't mind that. It's up to you to define what's a tourist mission, but for me it's an exploration.
When we started thinking about the cupola, it's more than just another window in space. It's an extension of the Dragon spacecraft. So when we got into concepting, it has to have the same feel and aura of the actual Dragon spacecraft.
You are go to open the forward hatch for cupola use, and please enjoy the best view off the planet.
When the forward hatch first opens, you can look up and you see immediately that there's a large window up there with the 4 Draco shields protecting the bubbles from the Draco pulses. If you look at the videos from Inspiration 4, you can see their jaws all drop just looking out the forward hatch, not even being in the cupola.
The most notable thing to me is that it looks so simple on the outside, but the deeper you go, the more you uncover more complexities within it. There's 3 different bubbles that make up the cupola. The exterior-most bubble is our thermal bubble, which is designed to protect from micrometeorite debris that we could experience on orbit. The center bubble is the pressure pane, which holds in all the pressure. And the innermost pane is our scratch pane, designed to protect from anything that the crew inside might be doing.
It's actually made from acrylic and polycarbonate layers, but you also have technologies that are in, say, fighter aircraft that are applied to the cupola. We have a coating called indium tenoxide, which keeps the temperatures down on the inside of the cupola space. All these aspects are tested on the ground and made sure that we operate safely and that we know that when the astronauts are going up there that they have a great time. What makes this the largest window in orbit? It's just the overall size of it.
I feel like it's just so immersive, you're inside of the bubble and you're looking out and space is literally all around you. I think the experience of having the cupola on Dragon makes it such that Dragon is the experience. Even when we fly our short duration missions to the ISS feels like the destination and the experience, whereas having the cupola on Dragon really makes Dragon and being inside the cupola the destination.
When you get into the cupola, it feels almost like you're on a spacewalk. The Earth all around you, the stars, sunrise, sunset, getting up in there and looking out is a one-of-a-kind experience.
Nice, John. Confident, crooked.
Beautiful.
Confident, crooked.
Yay!
Can we help you with the bags?
Right, where's my hand sanitizer?
Oh, speaking of which, we got the quote for the stickers, which is 1,000 something dollars. Is that all right?
Okay, wave goodbye. Lovely people.
Yeah.
Yeah, incredible.
Good choice of hotel, Sean.
That's fun.
It's not James's, is it? I don't think he's got his wrap yet, has he? The 2 cars mate.
Maybe.
clouds in a minute. There.
And at T-minus 3 hours and 5 minutes, the 4 crewmates walked out of the suit-up room, which you could see there on your screen. And they waved some goodbyes before they got into their Teslas and headed onto the launch pad. And there you can see them jamming out to some music there. It was a very short trip, just about 5 minutes from the suit-up facility to the launch pad. And at T-minus 2 hours and 55 minutes, they arrived at the pad and ascended the tower and made their way to the crew access arm, where they signed the wall in the white room, which you can see there on your screen.
We see the first 2 members signing, and then the other 2 members of the crew come down the access arm. And at T-minus 2 hours 45 minutes, the crew began to ingress Dragon and take their seats. It started with the mission commander, Chun Wang, and the mission pilot, Rebea Roga. They were followed by vehicle commander, Janneke Mikkelsen, and Eric Phillips, the mission specialist and medical officer. After all 4 crew members were seated, we did the comms and suit leak checks, and then we did the seat rotation into the launch configuration. That finished at T-minus 2 hours 29 minutes. About 10 minutes later, the SpaceX closeout team closed Dragon's hatch and performed the final leak checks.
With the closeout team and everyone at SpaceX, we wish you a great flight. Good luck.
Thank you, Obed. Thank you, team.
Bye, guys.
Dragon SpaceX, nearby for side hatch close.
Falcon 9 is in startup.
And now the vehicle.
Dragon is in countdown.
Vehicle is in startup. We're now just waiting for the final call from the launch director.
Dragon SpaceX, go for launch.
And great news, we are go for launch.
SpaceX Dragon, FRAM2, go for launch.
And heard one call from the crew.
Seconds.
One last call from the FRAM2 crew. Let's watch as the Falcon 9 vehicle takes Dragon and FRAM2 into space.
T-minus 15 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ignition and liftoff. Copy, 1 Alpha.
Vehicle is pitching downrange.
Stage 1 propulsion is nominal.
T-plus 35 seconds into the FRAM2 mission, the first ever human spaceflight mission to cover the poles.
And we are throttling down the engines on the first
Power
stage.
telemetry nominal.
On the first stage vehicle for.
Stage 1, throttle down.
Oh, it's perfect timing with these callouts. We throttled down the engines for max Q, and there's max Q. It's the maximum dynamic pressure that the vehicle sees on ascent.
Supersonic.
Confirmation we're supersonic. We're preparing to throttle back up on first stage Merlin engines.
Stage 1, throttle up.
Confirmation we're back up on power on the 9 Merlin 1D engines.
Stage 1, Bravo.
1 Bravo
Copy,
called out
1
by
Bravo.
the crew. That means if there was a need for an abort with the first stage now emptying itself of propellant, Dragon would fly a different profile than if, say, right off the pad we'd had initiated. Waiting for the MVAC-D chill call.
MVAC chill is underway.
We're beginning to chill the second stage engine in preparation for its ignition. coming up in less than a minute from now.
We also have a few events that are going to happen back to back. We'll have MECO stage separation and second stage engine ignition. MECO is main engine cutoff. That's where we will shut down all of those 9 engines, which you're seeing there on the first stage vehicle to slow
Stage 1, throttle down.
And we've got a live view of the crew on the vehicle at this moment, which is really cool. And we will have MECO stage separation and MVAC ignition in just about 10 seconds from now.
We're beginning to throttle down the Merlin engines in preparation for main engine cutoff. You on the left looking up at the second stage engine nozzle.
MECO. Stage separation confirmed.
Stage 2.
Copy, stage 2. MVAC ignition.
And there we just saw MECO stage separation. The MVAC engine has ignited, and we've also started the boost back burn on the first stage, which you can see there on your left-hand screen. Anna and Sarah, those were a lot of dynamic events that just happened right now that the FRAM2 crew is experiencing, but you guys also got to experience that.
Yes, I remember. Now we're in stage 2, and I remember that slow buildup of G-forces during this stage. The first stage, the G-forces come on fast, but the second stage, they're a bit slower. And so right now, you're starting to feel it come on faster and faster, and you feel that pressure into your chest. You feel yourself being pressed into your seat, harder to move your hands up. It's an exciting ride, and you see the minutes counting by until the moment that you know you'll be in space.
Yeah, you're right, because
Dragon SpaceX, trajectory nominal.
good call out from Guidance Navigation Control Officer. Trajectory is nominal for the crew.
Dragon, copy.
And Commander copies that call out. But yeah, you had a good point. Well, we talked earlier, the second stage engine's over 200,000 pounds of thrust. There's more than 200,000 pounds of propellant, so when it first lights, it's not accelerating very rapidly. But Sarah, what's it like when you get near the end of the burn? We heard Bob and Doug back on Crew Demo 2 call it like driving down a gravelly, bumpy road at high speed.
It's definitely more, maybe a little more vibration than first stage because the engine is so much closer to the spacecraft. So you absolutely feel a difference in the sensations you experience when you're riding on the second stage.
Cool.
I'm sure the FRAM2 crew is feeling something similar. They're still inside of Dragon, which is still attached to the second stage, and on your left-hand screen.
SpaceX, trajectory nominal.
On the left hand of your screen, you can see a view of the MVAC engine ignited. But coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll have the entry burn on the first stage, which is currently making its way back down to Earth. And we did perform a boost back burn on this one.
Yeah, we did a one-engine boost back burn. We didn't have, normally when you launch to the east or northeast in a crew mission, you take advantage of the Earth's rotational velocity. But in this case, we're pretty much going straight south, and so you don't get that eastward velocity. So the first stage needed to use a little more propellant to get the crew up into the right position for stage separation. So we can't bring the first stage all the way back to land like we might do on an ISS mission. So instead, we're going to land on the drone ship, but not as far south as we would normally do.
Dragon
if this
SpaceX,
was
trajectory nominal.
something like a Starlink mission. Another nominal trajectory.
Dragon copy, nominal.
And the crew recites it back. We've got good comms with the crew. But yeah, Jesse, to your point, we are coming up on the second part of the return of the first stage, and that's going to be the entry burn. First stage will start the center engine and then light 2 additional engines. We should see that coming up right now in about 7 seconds. Meanwhile, the crew continuing to head to space.
During this time, we would continue to monitor the altitude as the vehicle kept rising and rising.
Yeah, you got the displays there where you guys can monitor that during the launch.
Dragon SpaceX, trajectory nominal.
And we did see on the left-hand screen that the entry burn has begun.
Copy. Nominal.
Entry burn did complete. We didn't hear any callouts, but we do have a green screen here. We have a good entry burn. Second stage continuing to head towards the separation orbit. First stage heading to the drone ship.
Stage 2 FTS has safed.
We are expecting the landing burn on the first stage to occur in about 20 seconds from now. That'll just be a single engine burn on the vehicle. Once again, the M1D engines have about 190,000 pounds of thrust, which is just enough to slow the vehicle down just in time for landing.
Panama.
Copy, Panama.
It's another abort call out on the second stage. You're on the space station, you hear it called Shannon. That tells you where you can reach if there's a problem right now. And we've now got video on first stage. Landing burn has begun. And a view from the drone ship. Legs are deployed. And touchdown after 6 flights.
And the booster that has taken the FRAM2 crew out into space has now made it back to Earth.
Yeah, Jesse, we just heard the call out. I don't know if you hear it in the capsule on your flight, but we heard the terminal guidance call. We've essentially reached the altitude. Now we're working the angular momentum of the orbit. So we're going to listen in. We're just seconds away from shutdown. And about less than a minute after that, we should have Dragon separation from the second stage.
MVAC shutdown.
Dragon SpaceX, nominal orbit insertion.
And great news there. We heard the call out for nominal orbital
Dragon
insertion.
copy. Nominal.
Dragon copies nominal.
Launch escape system disarmed.
Oh, another good call out. They're in orbit where they want to be. They've disarmed launch escape system. Doesn't need it anymore. We're 191 kilometers up. We've got the view of the crew. Right now, Dragon, or the second stage, is going through a very short period. We're making sure that we're pointed in the right direction. We've got the engine shut down, purging gas, and it's separation.
FRAM2 crew is flying on its own on Dragon.
Dragon, on behalf of the Falcon team, we're honored to deliver you safely to your polar orbit. Enjoy the views of the poles, send us some pictures, and our hearts and minds will be flying with you as you go over the poles. Have a great flight.
And Dragon, this is your launch director here. Pretty wild to see the FRAM adventure sailing to the poles once again, over 130 years from its christening. This time, though, with Starlink. Godspeed, FRAM2. Cheers.
Cheers.
you for your effort. This is actually a known problem that we attributed to something else, so it's very useful data that you are not able to use the strip. Can you confirm when you opened the Ziploc bag, was the jar for the strips completely cleared?
There's a volcano.
Right under you, right next to you.
Do you want your hygiene bag as well, Eric?
My hygiene bag?
Yeah. Do you want it? I can get it for you.
Yeah, might as well. Oh, no. Mine is, I think mine, I'll leave it in 2. You mean just our daily hygiene with toothbrush and everything? Yeah, no, I've got mine here.
Oh.
I leave it directly above my head.
I was here in 2013.
Where are we?
Kanchaka.
Oh, nice. Lots of volcanoes, huh?
Yeah, lots of salmon below.
Photograph. Sean, that is fantastic. Video.
Yeah. You can see that. Yeah. This is the entire peninsula is full of volcanoes. Much like Yellowstone in the U.S.
Oh, yeah.
This was discovered in 1940s. Eric is looking breakfast for us.
And this is our zero-G indicator, and his name is Tyler.
Tyler, yes. Let's make Tyler facing toward us.
Oh, yes. Make sure Tyler does his sleep survey.
Oh, sunset. So I think we just flew over the North Pole and now we enter the shadow of the Earth. It didn't open cupola yesterday for smoother adoption of microgravity. But today, after breakfast, we plan to open the cupola for the first time.
Other side.
Eric, say hi.
I can't explain how fun microgravity is. Isn't it good?
The best thing.
Like, it looks amazing in the videos when you see astronauts in space, but it doesn't really reflect the joy that it brings. It's amazing.
Your food wants you to eat it.
I mean, check this out. Oh, fog, projectile.
How did you sleep last night?
I slept really
Good.
well.
It was so cozy. I heard that you don't sleep so well in space, but I think we all slept extremely well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Me
just
too.
Kind of floating around.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was nice and soft. Very soft.
Yeah. The first few hours are a little bit weird, but after sleeping, I feel everything's all good.
I feel like
You're just gonna get used to like not really having control. If you let go of stuff, you'll just float wherever and spin.
weird cough. I felt that if I had my head just touching something, that little anchoring feeling, doesn't matter what it was, and that's why I understand people strap a pillow to their head. And it worked really well. When I was just free floating, it's like, this is weird. Because very rarely are you in bed and you feel like you're in that weightlessness. So I think even if it's something hard like that, just against my head, I felt I slept much better.
Eric's head also gets velcroed to the velcro. So I think he has an advantage.
Let me find some Velcro. The interesting thing is flying in polar orbits is, I think 60 to 70% of the time when I randomly look out the window, I see white.
Yes,
I know. I've seen.
I don't think astronauts on the ISS have this kind of view.
And it's so epic because it's another kind of desert, so it just goes on and on and on all the way. It's so beautiful.
That's why this really is exploratory, right?
Like right now.
It's incredible. I mean, every time you look out there, you've got ice and snow. I love it. This is my home. Oh no, it's dark now.
Yeah, it's dark. Okay, let's.
This is not easy to drink. There go the clamps.
Right, and let's
hang on.
Still the hammer.
Whoa, what a perfect timing.
Perfect timing.
Open up to Antarctica.
Yes.
Now let's go in.
South Pole right here. Sunrise.
That's probably better. Distribution of labor.
And our nose cone. Today a little bit cloudy, I think.
Yeah.
Because I cannot see much.
Yeah.
You know what's that? I think we are at about 120 degrees east.
Be very careful with the seals there.
And flying north. Probably 15 minutes we'll be in Australia.
Nice. God, I've just got to move this momentarily.
Oh, there's already so much fog on here. Oh.
There is?
Yes. Oh, the seals are on.
I think John's been waiting for this moment all his life. I'm very happy for you, John. This is weird. It doesn't have the clip.
That's incredible. Look at it. So beautiful. Oh, wow. Wow. Look at all these features there.
Here's my foot.
I can use it as a stabilizing. Wow. Oh, that's a bizarre shot. That looks so alive.
We call it a spacewalk.
And there's the nose cone, crazy.
As far as I can see, no human activity can be seen. Just white. This part is clear. This part cloudy.
It's unbelievable. You would not believe how much fun it is. And how I am. It is mind-boggling up here. It is so much fun. Howdy. Hey, Mark. Hey, Jay. It's crazy up here. It's so much fun. It is just mind-blowing. So much better than I ever even expected. That's true. Let me show you a shot outside. Oh my God! Check this out.
clouds can be seen. I don't feel that's ice. Maybe just cloud.
It is just clouds. You can see it
Yeah,
here.
but it's below that thin layer of cloud, and maybe the ice cap.
Need to get onto Anthony's app. Well, I'm only going to tell you because I'm going to look as well. We are currently, hang on.
What's that?
We're currently over the Davis Sea in Antarctica.
This look like ice below water, but really hard to see.
Can you see the horizon? Can you see the horizon?
Oh, Novia Senga.
No,
Did you see it?
Yeah, it's right here.
Oh, damn. Oh, it is.
The largest atomic bombs tested here. And all this ice. And further north.
Oh, you moved.
Yeah.
The camera didn't move.
Arctic Ocean. The North Pole.
Really, the two people need to be seated and stay there while we do it. What is going on over the Arctic at the moment?
Looks like a second country on top.
I didn't know we have this kind of cloud formation in the Arctic, higher
Yeah.
in the longitude.
Well, there's actually a thing called the Arctic hurricane.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Hey, I think we're passing right over Florida. Looks like Svalbard to me.
Looks very much like Svalbard.
Maybe it just, yeah, it's so pretty. Because you have Björn down there.
I don't know, where's the lawyer be?
Yeah, it's some.
Ah, yeah, Svalbard, right.
Yeah.
I saw that.
New Orleans is
New
here.
Orleans is
Yeah,
here.
yeah,
Yeah.
opposite.
I have internet right now.
You do? Shit. I'm gonna tell Marty I'm flying over her at the moment.
How
Yeah.
fun.
Maybe the lawyer is here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look at that camera.
Can we see any human? Here's the airport, maybe.
I think the airport is further
It
there.
is the airport.
Oh, maybe.
You can see that? I'll take
There?
a photo. Yeah, you can. That probably look like the airport.
Maybe just go out the...
Flying over you right now.
Eric,
Sorry.
what are you doing, Eric?
Sorry, John. Well, I'm having a conference call like you do from space,
Eric,
right?
Yeah, Eric's calling someone.
I'm talking to my son.
Yeah, talking to your son. Where is your son right now?
He's in Los Angeles.
Oh, really?
Waiting for us to splash down.
Oh, nice.
Can you believe that?
Oh.
That's going to be tomorrow.
Yeah.
What?
See you tomorrow.
I think, yeah. I think tomorrow.
Florida.
You see where we launched from? We had a little arm. It sticks out a little bit on the east coast. I can see our launch pad from here.
Whoa.
Do you see it?
Yeah, Key West.
Yeah, but see our launch pad, Chin.
Okay, so a little video of how do you
See our launch pad?
Yes, yes.
So you know the big exercise devices on the ISS? We're just thinking very like
This is our launch pad. Oh my god. We call this part Go for America. Right?
So horizontal, there's no directions in space. Like this, right? Or, if you wanted to also, elastic band, also want to work your arms. What direction, Chen?
This should be in Malaysia if I'm correct.
Can you help us establish and verify direction, Rabea?
No.
Which direction is north?
This direction is north.
We're looking northeast.
We're looking east, but here is north.
The stage will be here somewhere.
Thailand is covered by cloud.
We need a little bit better foothold. Can we get both of us in here? Can I sit with my hand here, Jen? Where your feet
Yeah,
are?
sure. Just get in.
Oh, maybe not. I'll anchor my feet down here.
Eric,
Yeah.
can I have my pad?
Your what?
iPad.
SpaceX for stage 2.
Go ahead.
This one?
Yes.
Alright, it's still pretty far away, so it might be really hard to see. But we are tracking it to be now northeast of you. Should
Okay.
be close to the horizon, and it's continuing to move east.
Okay, Dragon copy.
Performing a orbit burn that will only last a couple seconds, but you may see it.
Northeast, very far away. Will last only a few seconds.
021925 UTC.
021925 UTC.
4 minutes.
UTC.
Copy that. So at 021925, we should expect a very brief orbit burn.
Northeast.
And we are looking northeast on the horizon.
Should that be that way?
Yeah, I believe here's Bangladesh.
That's a good readback. And by the time it does that burn, it should be almost east of you, just slightly north from due east when the burn occurs.
Well, east would be here then. No?
I'm trying to identify the geo features, but I believe it's a delta in Bangladesh. And this Tibet. We can clearly see that because I know this.
So Mongolia would be over
Yeah,
here.
because no, Mongolia very far away. I know this area very well. We have 3 minutes. Unfortunately, Mount Everest is covered by cloud, maybe.
There, right? Moving it like this. It should be there. So
Yes.
you cannot see it out of the windows.
Yes. We call this lake Namutuo.
Story of my life in space.
How much time we have? 1 8.
1 minute.
1 8. 45 seconds.
How can we better sit so we don't harm each other? There we go. Oh, that does that work better?
You can see the moon.
Yeah, I'm in the direction of the moon. Do you think that's correct?
Yeah, I think that's correct direction.
No chance of seeing it.
Okay, 20 seconds. 15. 10. 5 seconds. Almost now. To north.
Do you see it?
No. No, unfortunately I didn't see anything.
Dragon SpaceX, the burn was just completed. Were you able to see anything at the horizon?
No.
No, unfortunately we didn't see anything.
Negative,
Darn. Well, it was a good try. If you recorded it, we might be able to try and look back at that footage later, but it would have been just barely on the horizon.
We recorded it, so we will
Sounds great. Thank you for trying that out for us.
Well, thank you for joining us. The excitement was up.
Alright, copy that. We'll get back into the normally scheduled events. We got you doing some post-sleep research, and research is here ready to support, and looks like we're in the breakfast block.
I'll get the breakfast bentos out.
Yeah. Copy that.
It's so cool.
I don't think anything wanted to go home.
You can see we just flew past the entire Tibet, enter the desert. Yeah, I believe it's Xinjiang.
Oh, I got one.
You got one?
Airdrop of
Oh,
blood.
airdrop. Sorry.
Yeah, try this.
Me too.
Copy that.
It's because it's so bright. If it just a burn, if I re-enter, maybe I'll have luck. Yeah, if I'm right, I think now we're crossing into Russia. Russia.
Oh, there's some big mountains down there.
It's all covered by cloud.
I wonder if it's
along 90 degrees east. So on the other side, which will be about 90 degrees west. That's right. We are about 14 hours from Splashdown. So yes, on the other side we flew over the entire Canada and central US and into Pacific. Maybe we'll fly over Starbase.
That'd be cool. I'm gonna film you filming.
Oh, great.
This is Jen filming in a couple
Okay, this looks like the northernmost part of Russia. I believe from now on we cross into the Arctic Ocean. Oh, we cannot see Starbase. The other side is dark. Goodbye, Russia. Find a waterway from Europe to Asia through this northeast channel. No waterway at all. see less and less crack in the ice cave as we fly further north.
And of course, we're getting views on your screen right now, our first views of the capsule on its way back to Earth. We've got a lot more trajectory information on the screen right now, so you can continue to follow along as Dragon makes its way back toward its splashdown site, which again, just in case you're joining us a little bit later in the program, today we are splashing down off the coast of California instead of off the East Coast, which is what you've probably typically seen if you've joined us for crew recoveries in the past. Today we're targeting a touchdown just off the coast of Oceanside here in California.
Yeah, and we are expected to splash down at 9:18 a.m. Pacific time, and we are still currently in the blackout comms period, but we are expecting to come out of that any minute now. And this is the recovery zone where the vehicle will be splashing down with the recovery ship Shannon patiently waiting, as well as a couple fast boats there. A part of the recovery team, they'll first meet Dragon once it splashes down, make sure that the vehicle is safe, and then begin the recovery operations.
One of the next major milestones we're standing by for on board Dragon is the deploy of our drogue chutes. We have 2 sets of parachutes on board Dragon during reentry. The first are the drogues. We deploy those when the capsule, which we're getting great initial views on your screen. You said it earlier, but the fact that we've got these daytime views is great. So like I said, we're standing by for that drogue chute deploy. That will happen when Dragon is moving at about 350 miles per hour. Those chutes are designed specifically to be deployed.
Dragon, SpaceX, comm check. Dragon, SpaceX, comm check.
SpaceX Dragon, we have you loud and clear. How me?
We have you the same. We see a healthy flight computer. Expect automated chute deployment.
Dragon, copy.
AGPS has converged. Expect nominal altitude for drogue chute deploy.
Dragon, copy.
Awesome. As you heard there, we have confirmation that we have come out of the blackout period and established comms back with the FRAM2 crew as they're making their way back down to Earth, and we are expecting those drogue parachutes to deploy here. Sounds like it's on time and at the expected altitude in just about a minute or so.
Yeah, which is all great news. We heard a lot of good confirmation from Mission Control back to Dragon. So again, those drogue chutes are special in that they are smaller and lighter than our main.
Brace for drogues.
Good.
Copy. Brace for drogues.
You can see on your screen that the seats are rotating in preparation for splashdown, and the crew is bracing for the drogue parachutes. They're going to feel maybe a little bit of a jolt as the vehicle is going to slow down very quickly. And this is such an incredible view that we're seeing of Dragon because of the daytime views that we're getting here. This looks amazing.
So just ahead of the call out for drogue chute deployment, Dragon will autonomously safe the propulsion system on board and then deploy those drogue parachutes, which we just see on your screen right now. I can't get over these views today. And of course right now...
Visual on 2 healthy drogues.
Good news there from Mission Control.
Copy. We see the same. 2 healthy drogues.
And good response from our crew.
This is a view on board Dragon, looking at the drogues.
A6 Dragon, crew brace for mains.
Copy. Brace for mains.
And we are expecting the main parachutes to deploy here in under a minute or so.
So wow. Yeah, those are amazing. Right now, those drogue chutes are doing that initial slowdown, and it looks like we're getting views here of main parachute deploy.
We see visual on 4 healthy mains.
SpaceX Dragon, we see the same. 4 healthy mains.
And you can see that the main parachutes have deployed. They are expanding. Once they're fully expanded, they are going to slow the vehicle down all the way to about 16 miles per hour, right in time for splashing down into the Pacific Ocean today.
Right now, Dragon has saved all propulsion systems on board.
1,000.
Copy. 1,000 meters.
Dragon right now is also terminating the nitrox suit and cabin purges and is beginning to increase pressure in preparation for landing.
And additionally, the mission control team here in Hawthorne is reporting the precise landing coordinates to the recovery team so that they know exactly where...
800.
Where the...
Copy. 800.
Exactly where they're expected to touch down. And you are hearing those call-outs. We are confirming the altitude as the vehicle makes its way back down to Earth.
And of course, now that we've had confirmation of both drogue and main parachute deployment with these great views of our crews inside Dragon on your screen now, our next major milestone is Splashdown.
Yeah, very excited with these awesome views that we're getting.
600.
600 meters.
Landing in water is simpler, therefore more reliable, and it provides more margin against unlikely parachute issues. Now, we had to learn how to make Dragon waterproof, but once you do, it's rinse, review, and reuse.
400.
Copy. 400.
If you're just now joining us,
crew bracing for splashdown.
You are watching the FRAM2 crew make their way back down to Earth, and amazing daytime views. I love that we got the opportunity to do this. You could see Dragon and...
200.
Copy. 200 meters and braced for splashdown.
Inside of that Dragon capsule are the 4 FRAM2 crew members about to splash down here in just a few seconds. Welcome home, FRAM2. We have confirmation of splashdown of the Dragon spacecraft. Dragon has returned home with the FRAM2 crew. The SpaceX recovery ship and team have been waiting for Dragon splashdown, and they will now start making their way to the splashdown location.
Our teams have been ready and waiting for this return about 3 nautical miles away. So it's going to take them about 30 minutes to make their way to Dragon.
That was incredible.
Dragon, Stable 1.
Copy, Stable 1. We see main chutes cut. On behalf of SpaceX, welcome home.
And a great view of our FRAM2 crew just before they exit the spacecraft. And they look very excited.
They do look really happy. I think it would be hard not to be coming back from like the first polar mission, people you've known a long time, worked with before. This is a really exciting mission.
Yeah, and they've done a lot of great work, a lot of research experiments, and just got to see some of the most incredible views that most people don't get to see out of the Dragon cupola during their time in space.
Our commander, Chun Wang, actually said on X in one of his posts from Starlink while they were on board that this trajectory was designed for that reason. They wanted to be able to see the areas that they loved and called home, which people don't usually get to see from the orbits that we usually fly. So that's what really motivated this polar exploration mission.
Now, as a reminder, the crew will be exiting the spacecraft unassisted, but the recovery team is there, helping to clear some of their belongings there. But they will remove their footrests themselves, get out of their seat themselves, and exit the spacecraft themselves. On your screen closest to us is Mission Specialist and Medical Officer Eric Phillips. Next to him in the pilot seat is Mission Pilot Rabia Roga.
Looks like Rabia is the first one who's going to exit Dragon here.
Looks like Rabia was able to pull herself out of her seat, and looks like she's standing there. And removing her footrest of her specific seat. Oh, it looks like some cargo, actually. Rabia Roga was our mission pilot for the FRAM2 crew. It was the first to get up out of her seat and exit the spacecraft.
This is a really big shift for our astronauts.
And
there she is.
She is standing and very happy and excited.
Oh, that's great.
Awesome. Mission pilot Rabia Roga of the FRAM2 crew. Looks like Eric Phillips is up next. And there's Eric Phillips standing tall.
All smiles exiting Dragon. This is great.
And looks like Vehicle Commander Janneke Mikkelsen is now out of her seat. Lifting up some cargo. There she goes. Janneke Mikkelsen. Very, very excited. And last but especially not least, Mission Commander Chun Wang will conclude this final research experiment in a few moments.
Just in case you're just joining us, the experiment that we're doing right now is watching our crew exit Dragon unassisted. The reason that's important is because when you're up in space operating in microgravity, we see some changes in bone density, muscle strength, even over a short period of time. So we're testing our crew's ability to exit the Dragon spacecraft unassisted, in no small part because in the future, either on the moon or on Mars, we may not have a recovery team there to meet our astronauts.
Especially when we go for the first time.
Again, this is our mission commander, Chun Wang, exiting Dragon.
Also reaching for some cargo. And Mission Commander Chun Wang has now exited the spacecraft